Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan and I'll be your dungeon master tonight as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me, as always, we have Matt as Victor of the Calder, the human death cleric, Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the elf-marked Seraphage sorceress, Jason as Cut of the Faceless, the Daracool rogue duelist, and Eric as Sylvester, the Dhampir warlock with his imp familiar Annie. Andy, who plays Beatum Davelbreen, our gnome divination wizard, will not be with us again this evening. We'll hope to have him back next week, so Beatum stays in the bag. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press, so you will notice some differences in some of the races, classes, features, and whatnot. If you have any questions about that, just drop it in chat. And please be aware, this is an evil campaign with evil aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such may not be suitable for all audiences. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common. So, hello friends, how are you?
Better than Beatum.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, we took a couple of weeks off. Most of the Adventure Archive did. We had a little summer hiatus as people had other plans, but we are back. With the Dark Kingdoms. Hopefully Theros will be back next week, and maybe another game coming soon. We'll talk about that. And hello, Amerisun. Hello, Skull. How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. Let's get some evils in the chat. It's definitely time to get some darkness back in our lives. So, do we have any pre-game housekeeping that needs to be discussed?
I don't think so. I think we covered it in terms of what's happening coming up.
All right. So we finished Tomb of Mercy. So that's, we've been streaming for 8 months. I think we have 3 community goals or things that have been accomplished by chat that we need to do. And we got one down. We got one. So at some point in the future, I know that Andy will be doing a dwarf themed one shot. So we will see when that happens, and sooner than later now, we're going to have a one-shot run by Jess. We'll see when that happens. She said after Tomb of Mercy is done. We did it. Everyone died. I won. So now it is time for Jess's one-shot. In addition to that,
nice.
We unlocked, during Tomb of Mercy, Matt running a one-shot because he died the most. How many times did you die?
Yay.
I lost track. It was at least 6, probably 7.
Yeah. I think when we were in Acropolis, I'm pretty sure, I know Sam won most deaths, but I think she had like 12 or 15 or something like that. So 2 went a little bit better for you guys.
There's a lot at the end there. I think we were looking okay going to that final room, but yeah. It would just eat you and take you out.
Yeah, so basically in the final room, there were no death saves or anything. It's just, I loved it that it could just keep going and you weren't like, taking turns rolling and rolling. Just the Eldritch Titan came down and snatched you up and just ate you. Like freaking Attack on Titan. So, let's get a Circe in the chat for Tomb of Mercy. And for all that Circe merch, definitely grab one of those shirts. His logo is sick. It looks great on the t-shirt. Our logo looks great on the t-shirt too. And speaking of t-shirts, we do have some more merch. I don't know if we announced this last time, but Jason put together some wonderful designs. We have a Dark Kingdom specific design, which is beautiful. It is in the mail. We bought ourselves some. So they will be coming for next week. Mama Guac, how's it going? In addition to that, if you have a favorite character on the Dark Kingdoms, you can get their face on a t-shirt. So go check out the merch store. And you can see those designs. A bunch of new stuff. So I definitely got the Blood Dice shirt. That's coming in. And we'll see if anyone has any other requests. We can always do something. And I think at some point soon, we will be creating a design that has all of the Dark Kingdoms characters on it. If you would like that. I know Janelle wants that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to
You gotta keep Janelle happy. She's the heart.
Yeah, well, she does run the website, so we gotta. Yeah, Skull.
Hey, Matt,
I know
do you
that
know
some
what
people
you're gonna
want
run?
I've got some ideas of throwing them at Ryan, but I'm gonna keep them.
I am sure it will be the coziest D&D experience I've ever had. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's. No? I got the first idea, and it's definitely a little different than what you and I run, Jason.
Shocker.
So, we'll see how it goes. So, Jess, how's your one shot coming? How we doing?
It's totally coming along.
All right, we'll get there. So then the last person that's not gonna have a one shot or something is that'd be Eric there. So I know we've talked about old school essentials or running like an old AD&D module or something. So maybe we'll see that here in the future.
OSC would be awesome.
Hey,
if I do it, I think I'll actually break out an original module.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Nice. Like the ones that Goodman Games redid, or just like
I still
old
have
school?
mine. I still have
my old shit
AD&D modules.
Let's do it.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Steph just came in with a Bane for the Dark Boy, which that'd be me. That'd be me. So I'm at 8 Banes. A little recap for everybody. For those of you that may be new to the stream, you can cast spells on the party in order to help the party. $20,000 says that those aren't turned on. No, they have to be, because did she? Nope, we don't have a single channel point thing. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah. And then we'll move forward. So if you want to bless the party or bane the party, you can use your experience points, channel points, or biddies to cast a spell and allow either myself or the party to roll a d4. They declare it prior to rolling. Let's all remember that. You can also cast a shield on the party, which allows them to use the shield spell. And I think that's what we have. Or false life. If the party is low, you can give them some temporary experience points. And also, if you feel like being super generous, you can buy them a blue card or a red card, which adds either a good thing or a bad thing. And we use Nord Games Fate and Fortunes deck for that. Let me quick do that real quick. Turn those channel points back on. And then people can actually use them. Manage channel points. So we use pull it over here. We do we bless, we cast Banes, not Omens, wrong game, cast Shield, False Life, blue card, red card. Yeah, that looks about right. All right. So those are back. And hello, we'll also give a shout out to Mr. Tomato himself. And yes, Steph, again, thank you so much for the Bane. If you like D&D, which is probably a good assumption if you're here, definitely go check out the Gilded Troll as well. They are wonderful and run a lot of wonderful, wonderful games, one of which, probably multiple which Tomato is on. So, anything else so I can stop rambling? It's probably about it, right? Okay, so the party, let's do a quick overview because it's been a couple of weeks. We took 2 weeks off. Overarching story of the campaign. What level is everybody?
13, baby.
12.
13.
13.
All right. Are we 13?
We're at 13.
Are you 12?
We're at 13.
13, he's right. 13.
All right. The other thing I forgot to do, let me do that, is the extensions. Which allows you to see the party and their character sheets. So let's set as overlay 1. And we'll do a character selection. Nope, everyone's good. So, yes, everybody is up. All right. Now, if you scroll over us, you will see... I'm just going to leave that window up there because I'm sure I forgot something else. You will see our character sheets. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow, Squishy Plushie. All right. So, overarching campaign. Again, this is an Evo campaign. You are all Evo characters who used to work for Rodion, the vampire glutton of Hanksburg. After some stuff, you were sent to kidnap a young girl named Dejana, an up-and-coming, soon-to-be paladin, in Paranelia, and he desired her, and you went and got her. After character deaths and new characters coming in and a number of different things, you retrieved her very successfully, got back to Rodion, gave this girl to him, and then, before you could do anything else, the king of the vampires, King Lucan, showed up, put the beat down on Rodion for potentially starting a war, and said, hey, fuck you guys, but also, you did a good job, so guess what? Now you work for me. And he sent you on a task to accomplish two things. One was to find and root out heretical Red Sisters. The Blood Sisters or Red Sisters of Morena, the goddess of blood and lust, are basically the state religion. There was a heretical faction who believes the vampires do not belong in their religion. You are supposed to root them out and destroy them. Secondly, there is some type of disruption going on between the Ghoul Imperium and the vampire kingdom of Morgau, who allied 10 years ago to expand their territories. And something is trying to disrupt that. You were sent to figure out what that disruption is and stop it. Through your trials, through your tribulations, through your various explorations, you found out that the Ghoul Imperium, there is a faction within the Ghoul Imperium, which seems to be run by Duke Drago Blackfly, who is ostensibly a favorite of the Emperor, but he is seeking out the Archduke Velasca. I should probably remember his name. He's a very important character.
Avgost.
Yeah, Archduke Avgost. Yeah, he has another name. I think it starts with a W. Whose blood is the last royal blood of the Kingdom of Krakovar, which, remember that alliance I talked about, took over the Ghoul Imperium and the vampires took over 10 years ago. Oracles and various things across the entire kingdom are aware that there's some dark ritual that is planned to be happening, and if it happens, it could shift the entire world, and his blood is the key. And as you were hunting him, he slipped through your grasp and was taken by the Ghoul Imperium and is somewhere underground. You have, Notekeeper, 25 days, something like that, to find him before the next full moon, which you think wouldn't matter underground, and stop the dark ritual from happening. And you know, again, through your research, explorations, all that the ritual will actually strengthen the Ghoul Imperium, the Derek-Ghoul, in some way that, as I said, will shake the foundations of everything. So you made your way successfully into the Ghoul Imperium, and this is where we are now. Where we left off last time, you had gone into the Pillars of the Underworld through a portal given to you, opened for you by Selvin, Derek-Ghoul, Shadow Fae ally, who told you there's a benefactor within the Imperium that is kind of looking out for you. She sent you into what is, as I said, the Pillars of the Underworld. We actually have a map. If I move the thing correctly so you guys can see it, down middle-ish, which is near the Cobalt City of Lilifor, and she told you that there was a potential that you could find allies in that Cobalt City of Lilifor. As you're making your way there, you ran into ghoul patrols, and they told you that you require travel papers in order to make your way around. And if you don't have them, it's going to they're going to be harassed and have to pay a fine every time you are encountered. So you are trying to find an administration building that gives you travel papers. You are also on the way to the Kobold City of Littlefor to try to find more information. She did tell you at one point, let me bring up that someone who might be able to help you, or someone you might potentially want to try to find.
This is almost a very offensive map, Ryan.
I should make it a little more offensive. I'll work on it next time.
Okay.
She told you the story of she told you a story. Just over 100 years ago, the ghoul Tonduril the Bonebreaker consolidated power by wiping out all of the independent ghoul lords and unifying the ghouls below the surface. He became the first emperor of the Ghoul Imperium. One of the last ghoul lords, Emperor Tonduril, was said to have slain was Narosane, the last king. It is said that Narosane wasn't slain, but is in hiding, waiting for an opportunity to destabilize the Imperium. There are many in the Empire who remain loyal to him and who would like to see him return to power. And although he may not be a very desirable associate, he might be able to help you penetrate or infiltrate the Imperium. And large concentrations of...
I just saw Jessica. It made me laugh.
Yeah, well, it's always her.
Large concentrations of what, Ryan?
Insects are often associated with this guy. And you also heard from Jiro that there's a potential that Darrow may also be allied with him. Jiro, gosh, this is a fucking 30-minute recap, was an old kobold creature who you met near the Pillars of the Underworld, and gave you some information, mostly because you are interesting, and set you on your path towards Littlefor, with his name as a potential aid to you in the future. So, where we left off last time, you had made your way through what was a ghoul outpost, which would be right here. And you had successfully convinced the guards that if you come back through the next couple of days, they will not find you on the way out. You are all still under the effects of the Anu Akma's Book of the Undead. I forgot about that ritual. So all of you... Yeah, well, I mean, I try to forget a lot of stuff.
I feel like we need a t-shirt for that.
Yeah. Just toes linked.
Yeah.
Just make it down.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. And Anu Akma's Book of the Undead allows you for a 24-hour period to have dark vision, be disguised as Derakul, and be immune to ghoul stench. So you are all currently disguised. Yeah. You are all currently disguised as Derakul, making your way towards the city of Littlefor. So, what are you all doing?
Approximately how long has it been since we last did the ritual? Just so we can
we camped and just did it, right? Didn't we do that?
Yeah, you camped, and then started making your way forward again and found this ghoul outpost. So I would say... We'll say if a day, how about we count days by the ritual for now? And we'll say the start of the day is when you cast this ritual. You have a 24-hour period. We'll say you're 4 hours into that 24-hour period, so a little bit before midday, as far as the ritual is concerned.
And you guys are all newly turned ghouls. That's the story we got going so far.
Cover. And
now I'm leading you to get your papers.
Right.
Get our papers. Yes.
Yeah.
At the
To the Ellis Island of the Underdark, apparently.
Well,
it's more like needing a passport to travel, and you guys don't have your passport, so you're constantly running into basically every area you go, every city you go to requires this information to track who is in the Imperium, and you guys currently don't have it. So basically, you have no ID or passport, is what it comes down to. So that is what you are looking to find, is your ID and passport.
And Jiro gave us a little scoop, I think this was Jiro, about the Pit of All Flesh. Might be a place near that outpost where we could hopefully find some Darrow, crazy Darrow. Does that make sense?
Oh, are you asking me, or are you just saying?
Well, I was just that was the only thing that I didn't hear us say. It's like that's somewhere that we're kind of listening for.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if that's something you remember from Jiro, then then there you go. I think what he told you was that what you're looking for is basically what amounts to an admin office, what amounts to like a Ghoul DMV, so you can get your papers, and that is one of the ones that is close-ish by.
Let's get going. We've already bribed these guys, right?
We did, yeah. So I talked to this guy up here. We gave him money. He decided that he was going to keep his mouth shut. And then we, rather than interacting with the others here, we decided to just continue on, not stir anything up, despite Sylvester's desire to kill somebody.
That's right. When you ran into a ghoul patrol before, someone rolled a nat 1 on something, pulled a red card, and the red card said the very next person you interact with will hate you for no real reason. And he was not a fan of Sylvester.
Ah, yeah, those guys.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it was basically like you looking at me kind of situation. So, but none of you actually, although you look Daracool, speak Daracool, except for, I believe, Cutter and maybe Victor. For some weird reason, although he's never left the plains before this.
Nope, because Victor had worked with Daracool when he was with the Niemheim. Like he had been.
There you go. We got an explanation.
Yeah.
All right. So
that was a long time ago, though.
Long time ago. His Daracool's a little rusty. His Undercommon's just a bit rusty.
Oh, it's got an accent.
Oh yeah. So, what are you doing?
We are heading through this southern passage.
Okay. So you leave this outpost and you start heading towards Lilifor. Again, you're not too far. You were told that the Pillars of the Underdark are about 2 days' journey from Lilifor. You've already rested once. You're a little bit past midday before going like on the way to Lilifor. So you have about a half day's travel before you get there. And a lot of it is mostly the same. You're still mostly following this river that kind of comes in and out of the tunnel that you're on. And most of the Imperium is kind of, you'll find cities and large caverns connected by a series of tunnels. It's this giant hive, basically, is what the Imperium is like. But as you're walking forward,
oh shit! Is that an
let's move a lot of stuff onto a GM layer that should have that shouldn't have been there. Give me a second, real quick. That's definitely not how that looked when I left it. Yeah, fucking roll 20. Layers, token layer. Objects and tokens. Boom. All right, let's hope that all of that is successfully hidden and move into this extremely unconspicuous tunnel here with nothing in it. Yep, Rongo. I hear it. So as you're making way forward, you see, actually let me move your tokens over real quick. You have Control C, Control V. You guys see your tokens there?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So before we go in, let's do another quick recap. As far as I see on the overlay, and tell me if your tokens are the same, it looks like Jess has a red card and Jason and Matt have blue cards. Does that look correct?
Looks like
That's
I have a
correct.
red card.
Yeah, that was that one that you rolled last session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yep,
think I got
Jess and
both,
Jason have
so-
reds, and
The
Did you-
orange is a
did I say that
disadvantage
you
on
had both?
stealth.
yep. Oh, Jason, did we use up your red card though, or did I just not add it to the overlay? I probably just didn't add it to the overlay.
Yeah, I don't
let me
believe
see
you
if
used
it's-
it on me.
Let me see if it's in your token or in the. Don't forget your luck cards are always there. Oh yeah, you do have a red card. So let's throw that in here real quick. Jason does have one red card. All right. So yeah, that's where that is. And then you guys have blesseds and banes and whatnot and things. It's on the overlay. You can look if you really want to. So as you make your way farther down these tunnels, you've been traveling for probably about an hour after you left the ghoul outpost. You are, like I said, at about midday, about halfway through the spell that the Anawakma's Book of the Undead cast on the party. Still appearing to be Derekul. You see a figure in the distance, kind of tucked into the corner down here. And when you do, you actually see a number of things kind of flying around this figure. And you hear squeaks kind of reverberating through this area.
Like rat squeaks or what? Like what kind of or machinery?
Similar.
Or?
Similar. I would say very similar to a rat squeak.
Okay. From here,
Sack
can I
bat,
tell sack
Definitely a
bat?
sack
We don't have
bat.
beat him here.
Yeah.
Damn it. Can from this distance, can I make out any detail, or am I gonna have to get closer?
You can tell that it's a figure. You'll probably have to get closer to actually see who or what it is.
All right. I'm gonna just move forward because I deserve to be here. It's totally natural. And I'm gonna move
All natural.
closer
Yeah.
until I can distinguish, more features and maybe recognize what this thing might be.
Gotcha. All right. Give me just one moment. Do once again. Too many windows open. Okay, so as you move forward, this is actually what you see. Off you a little bit. You see this figure. It appears to be an older kobold woman, draped in bats, and kind of covered in guano.
Guano.
Yeah. Dozens of bats kind of fly around her, and at this point, she hasn't noticed you just yet.
Is she doing anything? Just standing there?
She's kind of appears to be tending to some bats in this area.
Okay.
When you look up, you actually see in that kind of corner that she's standing in, there seems to be like a little I don't even know what you call a group of bats, but a little bat hive or whatever above it, and she appears to be tending to some of them and feeding some of them and basically generally fucking around with these bats.
Oh, it's a cauldron of bats. Interesting.
Is it a cauldron? Is that what it's called? That's cool.
Yeah. Well, quick Google.
There
Hopefully
appears to be a
it's correct.
cauldron of bats here.
Or a
And that is
colony.
what she is. Yeah. A colony. That sounds like that sounds like words that really work.
Cauldron was in Google.
Yeah, that's the first result, but there's other ones. A small group is a colony.
So
And
it
then
is a
also
small group.
cauldron.
So there's a colony of bats with this older kobold woman kind of hunched over, draped in bats herself, kind of covered in bat shit, appears to be tending to these bats. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna wave to the party behind me and just kind of pick it up and keep moving forward until she notices me.
All right. Okay. Well, also Jables gave 900 biddies for 4 blesses for Cutter and 2 banes for myself.
Wow.
So let's
Oh,
throw
thank you.
those in real
Topping
quick.
it off, baby.
Yeah, top it off.
Just
Only double
topping
digits
off
around
Jason here. Yeah, we got to. So that's 10. And 2 banes for me, which I think also tops me off.
Yep.
So boom, thanks for the top up, Jables. Let's get some Jables in the chat for those who got them. Jables. Thank you so much. I had other windows open and I lost them. Here they are. All right.
You
So
sounded so disappointed.
it's been a couple of
I
weeks.
lost
There's
them.
a
Yeah, I
lot.
know.
There's a lot going on here. So this is what you see, and you're all kind of making way forward towards this person. So as you do, she hears you and she turns around and she says, "Oh, hello there, Derekul. How are you?"
Fine. How are you? And your
I'm-
bats?
We're fine. Is there something you need, or are you moving along?
We are on our way to Lilliford.
Yes. Is there something you need in Lilliford? Don't know how welcome you'll be there.
Why do you say that?
Oh, your kind usually stick to your kind?
I heard it was a friendly place for all of the Underdark.
Oh, friendly to those
I
that are friendly
mistaken?
to us. Yes.
Well, of course. We
Wait,
encountered
wait,
Jiro.
whoa.
Perhaps you know him.
Well, I know Jiro, but and as she says this, one of the bats actually like crawled across her shoulder and into her arms.
What?
And she holds it out and actually like appears to listen to this bat like kind of squeak into her ear. And she says, "Oh, interesting. My friend here says there's only one Derekul amongst you."
Well, perhaps their newness to the Derrekul is not detectable to your Small-minded friend. No offense or anything.
Interesting.
Literally small-brained.
Don't know if you know about
Saying
bats.
the bat.
They see
What'd you
things.
say?
What's that?
There is a saying, blind as a bat.
Yes, well, that's because bats don't see with their eyes. They see with their ears, and what they see with their ears is not what we see with our eyes.
Hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. And as she says this, and as she's kind of starting to look all of you over again, you hear steps kind of running up behind you. You see something or hear something kind of approaching out of the dark.
You
And
saying
as you
in
do-
the direction where Jess is.
In the direction
Yeah,
where
the
Jess
direction
is,
there.
yeah. And as you're kind of looking that direction, you're all looking that direction, you suddenly see a small kind of gray figure race forward. He looks let me pull him up real quick. Again, I think some of the stuff I didn't save on Roll20 because I had some other images on this page. And don't sponsor us. You see this figure run out of the darkness. And not only is he running, he is screeching.
Oh, there we go. I didn't see it. Oh, sweet mask.
Yeah. He's screeching out of the darkness, and he looks to be completely ignoring all of you and is just racing towards this person you're with. This person who you haven't even been able to introduce yourselves to, anything, is just racing towards her. And he's just screaming, "You are not worthy to treat with the minions of Camazotz! You are not worthy!" And as you watch, he suddenly stops right behind Jess, and starts to kind of call this darkness into his hands. This darkness turns into this kind of green glow, and he pulls that forward and widens it up and throws it down behind him. And when he does, this door almost appears to open next to him. And coming out of this door, you see 3 long-tongued ghasts kind of grip the sides and drag themselves forward. And he screeches again, "You are not worthy!" And I need you all to roll me initiative.
Should have counterspelled it.
Oh, that's cool, Jason. So it doesn't show both rolls, it just shows the 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Update.
It's less confusing. Well, that was
Oh.
fast.
Oh, that's the window I closed.
I like the music with that revelation.
I
That's
had
the
like
window.
8
Dun,
things.
dun.
I had 8
Done.
things in another window, and I just X'd off the entire window. So that's fun. That's cool. All right. So Music's a little loud for me. I don't know if it's loud for you guys and loud for chat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Turn it down just a bit there.
again,
1, 2,
I'll do it.
3, 4. Okay. So. Okay. Take it down just a bit. Thank you, Skull, for that, for the update. We got Sylvester, we got Cutter, we got Victor, we got Daryana. That's all you guys, and beat 'em's in the bag. So these guys, 13, 8, 20, and 18. That should be everybody. We'll put it in descending order. So this nice gent, as this little gray creature rushes forward, as I said, and seems to draw something from the darkness and summon these what appear to be ghasts, which many of you know, especially you, Cutter, would know. A ghast is kind of like one up on a ghoul. They're more powerful, they're fiercer, and they got the stank, which all of you are currently immune to. But generally, a ghast has a stench that creatures within 5 feet, it smells so bad you can actually be poisoned just by being in the presence of the smell this thing is putting off.
So, real quick question: have I always had the stank? Because I don't think we've ever mechanically done anything with it.
I don't think Darakul's got stank.
Oh, okay.
I know gas do, and if they do, it's one of those like, how do we create a monster that's also a playable character and have it be allowed to play other playable characters? Think maybe you got really nice Darakul deodorant or something that stops it. Let me see if the Darakul's got stank.
Because if I don't, I demand an apology from everybody who's always said I
So
stink.
the Darakul stat blocks got some stank. So we'll just kind of play that by ear, I guess. Maybe due to your past, I don't know, you got some injections or something and it killed the sweat glands and now you don't got the stink. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. So this guy is actually going to race forward. And although this creature, this little gray creature, appears to only have eyes for this bat-coated, batty kobold woman, these ghasts that were summoned from beyond appear to have eyes for anything, and it is going to race forward and attack this Darakul named Jess. So as it races forward, they are going to try to claw you. That is an 8 to hit you.
No, does not.
Yeah, can only assume that that's gonna miss. And I do not believe that they have multi-attack. So that is it for this one. Next up would be Cutter. So this all kind of happens incredibly quickly. This thing is just, you probably can't hear it, but the thing just pattering out of the darkness, screeching when he sees this person who appears to be someone that he might have been actually looking for, and then just boom, these things are there. But you're quick to respond. What are you going to do?
I'm going to race forward, seeing this. We can switch tools here. So racing forward right here. And I'm going to attack the one that attacked Daryana.
Okay.
With my half sword of the Margria.
That'll be an 18 hit. That will hit.
Perfect. So
Are you just always one-handing it? Do you have a shield or?
No, I usually do it in my. I try to usually have my dagger in my offhand, but
Gotcha.
yeah, it's only 1d10. So I also get sneak attack though.
You do. You do.
Because where is the auto? Here we go. Ooh, 76 now. Bag of
Oh
dice.
god, this thing is gonna be fucking obliterated. Well, I mean, that's not the greatest.
No,
You got
that's
two
not the
ones in
greatest.
there.
Yeah.
Regardless, 29 points of damage. So as this creature kind of lumbers out of the darkness, sees Dariana, and it starts clawing towards her, tongue flailing out. It takes a bite at her. She dodges back, and as she dodges back, you're just there at her hip. And the Sword of the Margrave kind of snakes around her and stabs into this creature. And you do 29 points of damage, which rocks it on its feet. But it's still up.
Okay. And what were the rules we decided for my offhand weapon? It was like
I think
no damage bonus or attack bonus?
I think we basically just decided that you get like the you get the standard 2-weapon fighting, not the 2-weapon fighting style or whatever, which is you just don't get your modifier to the damage, I think.
So only
It's so
damage
dumb.
but
Why
attack?
5e called it? Give me 1 second. Like, why they couldn't have just called this 2 different things? This is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, because you think
Two-weapon
anyone could use a second weapon just for the penalty. you know?
Anyone can. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Anyone can as long as they're both light weapons. That's the whole point.
Oh,
But-
that's my problem. So I have
Yeah,
a finesse.
you're-
It's a finesse.
You have a finesse, and what we decided is that I'll let you do the standard 2-weapon fighting with your finesse weapon, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Taking the attack action whilst wielding a light weapon in each hand, you can make an additional attack with your offhand weapon as a bonus action. Oh, sneak attack is just a sneak attack. It's not a bonus to do sneak attack, right?
Correct. I think it's
So
just
you-
like extra damage.
Yeah. You do not add the modifier when you're making an attack roll. Do not add the modifier you're making the attack roll with to damage from the offhand weapon attack. For example, at first level with the strength of
Got it.
+3, you can make 2 attacks. The main hand is 1d6 +3. Offhand is just 1d6. So basically, it's just weapon damage. You don't get the modifier to the damage,
Got
but
it.
you do get the modifier to the attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm going in with the dagger, flicking it out into my hand.
Oh
Shit.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't work.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a sweet
A
dagger.
1 is still a 1, and actually, as your dagger comes forward, he actually grabs your hand right at it and rips the dagger out of your hand and throws it into the darkness.
Great. Okay. Well,
It's
that's
somewhere over there.
okay. So I think I have. Where was I? I think I have one more square, so I'm gonna just move right up here and end my turn.
Okay. All right. Next up is this guy. So he's actually going to race around his buddy and race around to here. Actually have a flanking position on you. So you'll have a -2 to your AC. And he is also going to try to claw you.
That hits.
That'll be a 21 to hit you. Can I get a... Could I get a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yes.
Ooh, you succeed. As the claws rake across you, you actually feel this kind of this sharp stabbing deep pain in all of those scratch wounds, and you actually feel it kind of like ooze into your body, his disgusting claws kind of digging into you, and you feel yourself kind of freeze up for a second as whatever is on his claws continues to like ooze into you, but you're able to kind of shake it off, probably mostly your Daracool heritage letting you do so. And you are not affected by that. You will though take 11 slashing damage from that claw attack.
Okay.
Dariana.
Okay, I am going to turn to the one that Cutter hit, that
Okay.
attacked me. And I'm going to fireball it. Sorry, fireball. It's been a while.
I was like, damn.
Drop a
son.
fireball
Say,
right now.
That's boom. That's going
This got
ham.
real.
Going
Yeah,
ham.
let's get some go hams in the chat over there.
Just a bolt. But it's 3 D10. Okay. Does that work?
21 will hit. You do have which one are you going for? The one right above you?
Is he the one that
It
hit
doesn't
me?
matter. You have a
Okay.
guy within
Whichever
5
one's
feet
like
of you,
damaged.
so roll again because you have disadvantage.
Ah. Okay.
Come on, D. There we go. Crit.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
but it gets taken away.
Well, it's the 21 that counts because
Yeah.
you have
It's okay.
disadvantage.
that's
But
right.
you still
But do I get a
rock
blue
this
score?
guy.
No.
It's combat.
Okay.
No. So you do rock this guy. This ghoul, this ghast is standing right in front of you. It had ripped the dagger out of its hand, but it's still kind of menacing over top of you. So when you cast that firebolt, this guy is right in your face, but you see Cutter take this claw attack, and you just let off a firebolt to the side and just crash into this guy and rock him backwards by the force of it, searing this kind of undead flesh that's wrapped around him. Victor, you're up.
Yes. Okay, so Victor kind of waves his hand across, and right here, Ryan, a spiritual hammer is going to appear.
I don't know if that came
It's like a
through.
black-looking necrotic Ruthenian style warhammer kind of material.
Oh, we're getting fancy with the Warhammer now.
Yeah.
Token PC's spiritual weapon. Now let me give you control of it real quick.
Okay.
Controlled by Victor. All right, you do with it what you want.
Thank you. And then it's gonna take a swing at the dude that cast that brought those things through the doorway.
Just
I guess
just
he
ding.
looks
Oh,
like he's
so
a
this
Darrow.
guy right here.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it's casting, I think at 4th level it'll do like a little more damage. It'll do 2/8.
You're casting at 4th level. Okay.
Yeah, because I think 3rd level won't quite. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be 4th level. Here's the attack. Come on, baby. It's 17 hit?
A 17 will just barely hit. Yeah,
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
for 6 damage. All right.
Okay. So then, after the hammer kind of hammers down, then Victor kind of looks across, and he knows that he points at the two creatures, at both the person that Jess just hit and at the Darrow, and he points at both of them, and they're using his Reaper feature because they're within 5 feet of each other. He points at them, and they start hearing the sound of the dooming bells tolling the dead for them. They're
Mhm.
both going to make, I believe, a wisdom save.
Which two? The
So the guy I just
main
hit,
guy.
and then
Yeah,
the guy
and
that
ding the
Jess-
other one. Okay. All right. So this guy's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Is that what you said?
I believe so, yeah. It'd be 17 is my.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh,
just
with
misses.
the
Nice.
-1 for this guy because he is not wise. Main guy is going to fail, and wisdom for this guy.
Oh shit! Look at that. Guy rocked it. Okay.
So main
So-
guy takes a little bit of damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
and because he's taken already some damage, it's
Mhm, yeah,
gonna
D12.
it does the boosted. So let me see if I can do this the right way. So it's only giving me a 3d8. Oh, here we go. 3d12. That should do it. Boom. There we go. So 23 points more damage on the guy that I hit with the hammer. And then Victor is gonna move into this spot right here so that these guys can't make it past us towards the batshit lady. Batshit crazy lady.
Okay.
And then that's
All right.
That's it.
Next up is this guy. And he, let's see, how's the best way I can do this is okay, so this is how I'm going to do this. So he is actually going to call out, and he just continues to scream for Camazotz, continues to scream out that this woman is not worthy of the creatures that she is caring for. And as he does this, it's okay. It'll be fine in a second, guys. You should see nothing, right?
Correct.
Correct.
All right. You are... It's not the best way to do this. I'll fix it in a minute. He reaches his hands up in the sky, and suddenly, in a 15-foot radius around him, everything goes into pitch blackness. Even for you, even for all of you that have this newfound dark vision, everything is black. And then suddenly, Hutter, you feel, maybe. Nope. You feel the air whoosh past you as something strikes towards you, but your instincts allow you to pull back just in time as you feel this kind of hand or something slash at your face. And actually, I mean, you guys are just going to have to not meta because this is not a good way to do this. We're going to turn that off so everything goes back into view. And we will say that everything in the radius of that circle, can you see that?
I don't see a circle.
Oh, let me make it visible to you guys. How about now?
Yeah, it's just like a.
You could pull the map down to the combat area if you want to. Let's then just change the let's change the tent. Let's just do that. Everything in that radius is pitch blackness. So you all have disadvantage on everything, and everything has advantage on you. If this creature so chooses. So this creature just whiffed on you. Sylvester, you are the only one not caught in this sphere of darkness that has taken over this area, but all you see is suddenly this black sphere of darkness. You have no idea what's going on inside it at this point. What are you going to do?
I'm going to summon Annie.
Okay.
So I think that takes my action.
I think so.
I think summoning does. Dismissing, I think, is like a bonus, but I think summoning is an action.
Okay, let me
I'll look
find
up.
her
Pretty sure
real
it's an action.
quick. Oh, the new Annie. That's right. She's not quite that big, but she's bigger than she was. So we'll say, there she is. And I will give her control to you. There you go. All right, she's yours.
Okay, and I want to send her right on in there because she has Devil Sight.
Explain Devil Sight to me.
Magical darkness doesn't affect them.
Okay, yeah. So as she races into that orb, that giant black sphere of darkness, she sees everything in there. So
Okay.
back to the top, this guy right here is actually going to strike at Cutter next to him. Apparently unaffected by this magical darkness, and going to get advantage to shift. That's what it is. Is going to get advantage to hit you. Gonna try to claw at you once again. These fuckers apparently can't see as well in the dark as you would think they could. And I'm pretty sure a 12 is going to miss you. So it is your turn. You feel another whoosh right next to you as you're basically just in the dark, like, you know, whatever, doing that like head bob with the bottle thing that everyone's doing nowadays.
Got it. So I'm going,
and
so
you're up.
I'm gonna, I guess the whoosh came from my right. Did it, or where did it come from?
Well, you've had whoosh, whoosh now at this point.
Oh, everywhere.
It's whooshes all around.
So, sensing with my amazing Derek senses that the first ghoul I attacked is still standing. I'm going to swing down with my sword again. I get disadvantage, you said, right?
You do. Yeah, you have disadvantage. Everything is just blackness for you. Doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
You just strike out into the darkness. If you would have missed, I'd have had you roll to see who you hit.
Question.
So you
do I
attack
get
the
sneak
first
attack
guy,
in
this guy right
instance? Here? Yeah.
I would say no.
Okay.
Because you are, I think, yeah, I would say no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sneak attack is not only when you have an ally next to you, it's anytime you have advantage as well. But you currently have disadvantage and you're not sure the ally is next to you. So I would say it makes sense. But you still do 14 points of damage. And you don't know the outcome of that.
I don't hear anything hit the ground or anything like that?
You hear... roll me a perception check as you do that.
With disadvantage, right?
Yeah, with disadvantage, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
How did you roll a 2 and get a 24?
Reliable talent.
That's some
or wait,
bullshit.
Is it reliable talent? Basically, any roll. I mean, if you want to veto it, that's fine. But like, it's just been
no.
any
You
roll
got a reliable
it's like
talent.
an auto 10.
It's
an auto 10. Yeah.
You slash out next to you. Plus you're 11, so minimum 21. So you slash out, and yeah, you feel the sword bite into this creature, and then you feel it kind of slide off your blade, and you hear a crumple that you know is the sound of murder that you just did, and this guy is dead, as far as you are aware.
Okay. So as he drops and I pull my blade out, I'm going to just continue my swing with my dagger at I guess just in front of me, this guy. I guess I can't see anything, but
you can't see anything. Why don't you roll me 1d3 real quick, because you have a good like sense of kind of ish, but with like a big swing this way and a swing out this way. You're not like the differences are small degrees. Why don't you roll me a D3 real quick? We'll say this guy at the top is a 1.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, never mind. Well,
I got a 1.
you're aiming at the guy at the top. There you go. So who you wanted to aim
perfect.
for? Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna disadvantage with my dagger.
Um,
Damn.
Still gonna hit. Oh wait, you don't
This is
have the
awesome
dagger.
one.
you
Oh
have the
shit,
half
you're
sword.
right.
You have the half
All right.
sword.
So
Yeah,
never mind.
Your
That never
dagger
happened.
is there you go.
That never
All
happened.
right.
I
This
think what
guy-
I
Oh no, you can
actually,
try to,
I'm
you
thinking
can
I
do
want to.
something.
Yeah. I think I want to use my my bonus action to disengage.
Okay, you can do that.
Where is that? Yeah. So I want to try to just find my way. I want to step over where the fallen, guy was. I mean, how do you want to do movement in this since I can't see anything? Just feeling my way around? Because really, I don't want to go back. I want to I remembered there was some kind of area over here. So that's kind of where I want to go.
Are you just gonna run in a direction, or are you going to carefully make your way somewhere, like trying to feel along and find an area?
I'm trying to find my way out of the darkness.
Okay, so I'll say you can have half movement, carefully looking. I'm not going to make you roll a perception check because it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to crit it anyway. But as you start to move away, you're going to have 3 opportunity attacks against you.
Even with disengage?
Oh, well, yeah.
As
Does
my
disengage
bonus?
come for every attack? I'm sure it does. Yeah, so you're good.
Yeah.
I forgot you disengaged.
Yeah. So I'm just basically moving, so that would be 5, 10,
15.
or actually 15, so I'm still in the darkness,
Yeah.
I guess.
So you're still, so you don't even know how far the darkness goes at this point.
Yeah.
This guy is up now. And as you run away, it's actually going to, it's going to see Annie fly into the darkness. What was your intention? To just fly in, or to be high enough, like near the top, or what?
I wanted her to be high. I just wanted a view so I
Okay.
could see what was happening.
All right. Well, then I will not do that. This guy will race forward and slash at Dariana once again with advantage. Maybe one of these guys can hit sometime. Yeah. So that's a 21 to hit you, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Ooh, all these bonuses, man, high levels. Let me tell you. You also feel this kind of claw slash across you, and you feel yourself kind of like tense up from it, almost like instantaneous tetanus. But you also just shrug this off and kind of like stretch and like your muscles like unclench, and you're able to fight off this thing. But you do take 13 points of slashing damage. And it is your turn, and there is pitch blackness around you.
I mean, can I
I
tell
honestly-
what?
I honestly think being in pitch blackness or having disadvantage on knowing where anything is too, like 5e needed to be like disadvantage and -5 on everything or something to make it seem more realistic to be in pitch blackness. But that's not the rules. Can you able to tell what? Are you able to tell?
Am I able to tell like where the slashing came from? Like, obviously, based on what part of my body it's scratched.
It doesn't make, I would say, if you want to know in general, you can, but regardless, it's gonna, even if you don't, I would give you disadvantage on the roll, and you have disadvantage anyway. So mechanically, it doesn't really matter. But if you want to roll a perception check to get a better idea, you can.
Sure.
All right.
Let's see. Why not try? Okay.
You, general area that way, kind of.
All right. I'm gonna ready a fire bolt in that way. And then I'm gonna unleash it.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Those are my two rolls.
So 24 is going to unleash in that direction for 15 points of damage. And you feel it strike basically at your fingertips. The blowback actually, like, you know, almost cinching your eyebrows a little bit as this firebolt barely leaves your hand before encountering something. And you feel it hit, and you hear something cry out, and you hear flesh singe, and that's all you know.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
I mean, I can't move without getting an opportunity attack, so I think I'll just stay.
Okay. Oh. I boo-booed on something, but it's okay. It benefits you, and we'll do it going forward. Victor. Darkness all around.
Yeah, Victor, if he feels in front of him, does he kind of feel a spiny devil, or is Annie like way up in the air?
No, Annie's like 15 feet up in the air.
Okay, and when her firebolt went off,
We'll say, I'm just going to put her over here.
Is it just something that he hears, or does it
all
actually...
you hear right now is a series of slashes and like grunts from gas, and you hear this overarching scream of this little Darrow screaming for Camazotz, and you feel heat, you hear it's the sound of chaos right now, and just like slavering gasps and screaming. That's all you hear right now.
Okay. So I guess my question is, though, like, he heard Dariana cast Firebolt but didn't see anything. He just kind of saw it kind of go off into the... You
didn't see anything. You
didn't see anything.
Like,
okay.
All you heard was like a whoosh, and then you felt like heat hit you, and that's about all you got.
Yep. Okay. I mean, I'm right next to her. If I feel out, like when I'm feeling for Annie, would I feel Dariana's like back, like the back side of her, like shoulder and stuff?
Why don't you roll me a check to try to feel Dariana's backside?
Oh God, sorry about that. Dude.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Dark Kingdoms, folks. It's getting dirty.
Perception. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So dark. This is what we do in the dark. Yep. You just.
Okay. So I kind of. When I feel her there, and I kind of can hear stuff. I just can't see anything. I do feel like I can step up. I have a spell called Decay, which is like a melee spell against a creature I can touch. So what I'd like to do, if I know where she is, I mean, I would like to just plunder forward and just touch the creature that I hear is attacking her, basically. Is that viable?
I mean, mechanically, sure. Does that make sense in like the context of being surrounded by magical darkness?
He would want to save her. Is the thing.
Right.
I'm just not sure how. Right. I know he would feel for her. I guess.
How far do you want to move forward? Do you just want to be standing next to her and reach out, or what are you doing?
I think what he really want to do is like get in between like her and whatever was attacking her. And so my thought is like he kind of plods forward, and then whatever's not her, he's going to put his hand on and do the melee spell attack where he can touch a creature.
Okay.
Does
sure,
that make sense?
Move yourself where you would like to move yourself and do what you want to do at disadvantage.
Okay. So he moves forward. Okay, here we go. Disadvantage on him. Come on, buddy.
So you reach out and feel nothing.
Okay. And then can so he knows it's there. He's done. He's tried to attack. Can't feel shit. Is the spiritual hammer? Can it even take a random swing, or is that not a thing?
I mean, at
I
disadvantage,
can't find
sure.
anything about seeing it. Okay, so I'll do that just at disadvantage because I may as well. And basically hoping that the guy is still standing there, even though I know he is. Come on, buddy. Okay. And then I have a thing also. So it's 7 force, and then he's got this thing called divine. I mean, it sounds weird that the word is divine, but it's a
Divinity for an evil god is still divinity.
yeah. So it's like he gets like another little boost to the attack called a divine strike. Here we go. But it's already hit. I don't know why it's making me do that. So it would do like a total of 9 damage, I guess.
All right. We'll do a different mechanic for darkness next time. I think we'll do like a perception check to be able to roll with disadvantage or something.
Okay.
All right.
And I mean, he's there, and like he's gonna hopefully take the brunt of this. And then I
Okay,
guess
all right,
Danny's
we'll
gonna float
see.
above him. Yeah.
All right. So, you Cutter, feel something strike into your back. You are going to, I guess I'll roll with advantage. I'll just roll this twice.
Oh, does he have to roll concentration because he got hit by the hammer?
It's an ability.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So 18 to hit you, Cutter.
Yes, that's exactly what he needs.
So you are going to, what is your necrotic damage right now?
I have resistance to necrotic, half damage, and then also, I don't know, again, because we're in darkness, maybe this doesn't make sense, but uncanny dodge.
I'll say no, because you're trying to run away. Like if you had still been in contact and you were kind of swinging and kind of in the heat of like kind of knowing where things are, but since you're moving away and this guy kind of comes up from behind, I'll say you can't use your uncanny dodge this time.
Okay.
So you take 7 points of damage as you feel something just smash into the back of your head. And then as that smash hits, you feel this just kind of dead spot on the back of your head where you lose sensation. And you take an additional 4 points of damage from that.
Okay.
And then it tries to do it again. And I'll say on this one, you can uncanny dodge because you are aware that something is behind you now. So it's a 20 to hit you for the first time.
Yep.
So I assume that hits. So then you'll take 1 point of damage if you want to have that. And then you'll take another 3 points of necrotic damage. I also need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Yikes.
You are afraid.
No, I'm not.
That's a first.
Yeah. Use a
Cutter and I
scourge.
are afraid.
I actually
So what does that mean? Do I run and cower, or am I just frozen in place, or?
So you, if you are frightened, frightened means that you you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, as long as the person you are afraid of is in your line of sight, and you can't move closer to the source of fear. So you got hit from behind, so now you're just basically you have to move away from this source of fear that you currently can't see. I'm also going to do this. And
Double
I'm going
darkness?
to. No. I'm going to. This guy doesn't count. That the darkness doesn't move though.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm just gonna turn. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, so it's like where
So-
he used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, this thing right here is not him. It's just the point where the darkness comes
Oh.
from.
Got it.
Okay. I'll do something different for darkness next time. So
That's
this guy is
cool.
still here. You got struck twice in the back of head, and you are a Skurd. And then this guy is going to race forward towards Matt, towards Victor. And with advantage, he is going to try to claw
He's
you.
gonna react with a shield.
Okay, sure. You cast a shield. Your AC is +5, but the attack misses anyway. So let's reduce one of your shields.
Thank you.
Again, I don't know why I don't have your names in here. I have your real names. Shields down. You have +5 to the end of your next turn, to the start of your next turn. And he misses you. Sylvester, you are up. Annie's floating in the air. What are you doing?
Question. Because I can see telepathically through her eyes and so forth. Can I, like, if I move up and then see through her eyes, cast a spell on somebody?
I'm gonna give you a -2 to your attack roll because of like the spatial. No, why don't you roll me a perception check? And if you get higher than a DC 15, you absolutely can. And if not, it's gonna be a disadvantage because you're casting from here while seeing from here and having to like triangulate where it's actually gonna hit. Roll me a perception check.
Well,
DC.
the spell is more of a it's more of a save roll than an attack roll. So I don't know if that changes. how you-
Does it need to target somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. It won't make a difference. I mean, realistically, mechanically, then it doesn't make a difference. You don't need to do an attack roll to hit it. It's just targeting and causing a save, then that's fine. So, who are you doing it to, and what's going on?
I was gonna do it to that guy, the big ugly.
To the main guy?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to cast Ensanguinate.
Ooh.
There you go.
All right.
She has to make a con save.
He gets engorged. All right.
Yeah.
Good times. Con save. That'll be a 10.
That would be a fail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he's going to take 46. So 10 points of damage.
Dang.
So that was a pretty terrible.
On
roll.
46, you rolled 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But more importantly, he is incapacitated and cannot breathe as he's vomiting up torrents of blood.
Oh, good times. Good times. Good times. Cause creature's body to become engorged with blood. The target must make a con save. Succeeds, it takes 2d6. If it fails, it takes 46 bludgeoning. Oh, with a hit point maximum reduction.
Yeah.
An affected creature repeats the saving throw at the start of its turn. On a success, the spell ends. On a failure, the creature takes another. So it has to at the start of its turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can do another con save at the start of my turn. Okay. All right. So,
And,
anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back another couple feet, and can I just yell out to Victor and Dariana to come towards me? Get out of the darkness.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Cutter, you are up next. You sense this creature behind you that you are now frightened of. and strive to move away.
So I just have to keep moving away, right?
Yeah, you can't move closer to your source of fear, which you know is right behind you because you just got bonked. You got the bonk.
Okay, so I guess I just move my full movement?
Oh, you just can't move
Away
closer.
and
You're not turned.
Oh, I don't have to leave.
You don't have to flee. You just can't move closer to the one behind you.
Got it.
To your source of fear, which you know is behind you.
So I am grasping my sword in two hands and turning around in fear and rage and swinging at whatever is attacking me. With disadvantage. Why won't it change to disadvantage? Oh well, I'm gonna do advantage and then
Just take the lowest.
Weird,
It doesn't
I wonder
matter.
why.
Yeah. It's a shift or control. Shift disadvantage, control is.
yeah, it wasn't working for some reason. So we'll just do the lower. So 16.
16 is gonna miss.
Yeah.
No, actually, it hits right on. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So that'll hit.
Alrighty. Oh, weird. It rolled in the D&D Beyond and not in Roll20. Did that and it did not show up. The damage is 15. It did not show up. That's weird. I wonder what happened. Maybe I need
I'll
to
take
refresh.
15.
Yeah, it was 15.
All
it just
right.
rolled in D&D Beyond for some reason and not Roll20.
A little while ago, without doing anything, I became unsynced, so I had to close out and reopen my D&D Beyond character sheet. I don't know if that could possibly be it, but
Well, it's funny. Over some fields, I see the big die where I can roll, but for whatever reason, under that one, it's not there. So I don't know.
Okay. All right.
And I guess that's
Dark.
all I can do. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I want to keep moving out if I can.
All
Just
right.
away
Yeah.
from
As soon
this
as you
guy
take
who's on
one
my
more
back.
step forward, you escape from the darkness. And when you look back, all you see is this black sphere of darkness.
Okay, I'll just move 5, 10, 15, 20. Just kind of getting my bearings, like just seeing what's around, and then that's where I'm ending my turn. Oh, and I guess he's going to get an attack of opportunity.
He will.
Fuck
Yeah.
it, I'll just disengage. Screw it.
Okay.
Unless I don't get
he's
disengaged.
incapacitated.
He's incapacitated. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I get to my
He's
bonus
just
action.
puking
anyway,
up
but
blood.
whatever, yeah.
Actually, yeah. As you turn
So I'm
around and
covered
take
in
a
blood.
swing at him, all you hear is just and like he's pretty short, so like you just feel this splash across
Oh,
your
fuck.
crotch and down into your boots. And as you move out in the darkness, you look down and you just see bloody vomit coating your entire lower body.
Nice.
Yeah,
Not the
stuff.
good kind, right?
Dariana, you're up.
Okay. I think. I think I wanna move backwards and see if I can get towards where Sylvester called from.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
So can I move here?
You can move wherever you'd like to try to move to.
Okay, I would like to try to move.
All right. So as you do, you kind of are you just like backing up out of the darkness, and suddenly you can see. Again, it's dark vision, so you can't see great, but you can see.
Okay. And I don't see like anything in front of me, right?
You see a black sphere, like half dome of just pure blackness.
Can I know this is supposed to be super quick, but can I ask Sylvester to point where I should aim? Since he can seemingly see in there.
No, that's not.
Poor
You're
thing.
not gonna.
And I would say, you don't have a clean shot.
Hold her spell hand for her. Aim it for her.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and I won't do anything.
You can like ready an action or something for if you see an enemy or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
A ready
readying
fire-
firebolt.
Yeah.
All right. Victor, you're up.
Yeah, Victor. So I can see that I need to disengage, but would he know that he needs to disengage?
You see literally nothing.
Yeah. So I think for him, he's not going to know to disengage. So he takes a step back, and I guess you get an opportunity attack.
All right.
That dude can see.
I do get an opportunity attack.
So, although he does have a high AC still, I think, right?
23. What I forgot was that all saving throws in the darkness are done at disadvantage. So a couple of you guys could have got that paralysis had you.
Okay, so then it just misses by like a point. And he takes another step back, and then takes another step back.
No. Your shield ends at the start of your next turn. Your shield is gone.
Gotcha. Can I burn a second one? It's just a reaction.
If you want to.
Yeah, let's just burn them.
Well,
We got them.
This is why we need to make shields more expensive.
Yeah, let's just get rid of them. And then, okay, so he burns it, takes a step back, does the same thing as Dariana. He just prepares Chill Touch, and anything comes through that darkness that is ghastly, he's gonna shoot at him before. Or I guess they're gonna be in melee range the moment they come out. Is that the deal?
You have no idea.
Okay.
I need to do this in a way that
distance, I guess like his. So can he see like a wall of darkness though, 5 feet in front of him?
Yeah, 5 feet ahead of you. There's just blackness.
Okay, so he'll use that same thing, that decay thing. He'll have readied.
Okay.
And I think that's everything.
This guy is going to race.
He has to make his
Out
save.
of-
He's still incapacitated.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and it's a con save, right?
Yeah. Nope.
13 is gonna fail, right? Cool. All right. This
the
guy
dam-
is gonna race.
He won't take the damage till my turn, though, right? For his fail.
Oh, I don't think it matters. On a success, the spell ends. On a fail, the creature takes another 46. No, yeah, you can just roll 46.
11.
You're not rolling the best on those.
Nope.
So he continues. You hear him try to catch his breath for a second, like, and just like continues this. He stops screaming about Kamazots, and all you hear is him basically screech puking into the air that's reverberating off the rocks around you. You just hear all of this vomiting. So any of you that vomit when you hear vomiting, that's you.
Do you want us to use our ready actions?
So this guy's gonna race, just racing out of the darkness, like 28 days later. And yeah, if you want to slap a decay on that and flash off a firebolt, you can.
There you go. Oh, buddy. 17.
Yep, absolutely. And Dariana, you can throw that firebolt out there too. 17 is gonna hit. So that's 19 points of damage.
Total of 19.
All right.
And then he's gonna
bunch
go-
of it's necrotic though, huh?
I have that inescapable
That's right, you
as a
do.
death cleric, but I'm also just gonna. He's fed up with this, and he's terrified. He just came out of the blackness, so he's gonna slap that 31 points on top of that.
You
Inescapable.
cannot. Yeah, you had a rated action, which counted for the action that you were able to do.
But I think
Um,
inescapable is just triggered by the melee spell
Doesn't-
attack.
I'm just gonna let you know it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He's super fucking dead. As soon
I
as
got
your
you.
hand touches him and the decay starts to eat away at the body, a firebolt comes through and blasts his chest just open, and he splatters back into the darkness. And he's big dead. Sylvester, you are up.
I am. And so I'm kind of keeping that going. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that spell going, and kind of stay right where I'm at.
Sounds good, Cutter.
So
You still feel this sense of fear behind you.
all right. So then I
let me
think I'll.
see.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, nope. Fear dissipates.
Oh, it's gone. Okay.
The vomiting, you're just like, he's not so bad. And you're not as scared no more.
Question: does me hearing the
Mhm.
vomiting allow me to know the direction he's in, more or less? Or
Well, I would say roll a perception check. It doesn't fucking matter. So sure, absolutely.
All right.
You
so
can roll
I'm
with disadvantage into the darkness.
so shaking the fear out of my head. I'm rushing forward with my sword back into the darkness.
And
Until
shaking
I-
the blood vomit out of
yeah,
your
and then-
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then rolling with disadvantage again.
It'd be a
There's
dex.
disadvantage.
Sure
It
you don't
works.
slip and vomit.
So 14.
Oh, disadvantage because you didn't get that crit. Yeah.
Look at that.
A
31.
14's
Damn.
gonna miss. A 14's gonna miss.
Ah. Okay.
Oh.
Then
Wait a minute.
Oh, he's on the ground.
Wait a
then.
minute. Wait a minute. He's not on the ground. Let's see. Incapacitated.
I got it right here.
Do things have? Nope. No, you don't get advantage for
You just
incapacity. They just
can't
can't
act
take
or
any
react.
actions. Yeah.
You can't
So
react.
no. So yeah. So 14 misses. You take
Okay.
a swing, and unknowns to you because you can't see. Right as you swing, he doubles over. More vomit hits your boots, and yeah, whoosh right over his little head.
Mm.
So, you do anything else?
yeah, I'm gonna disengage back out of the darkness, just a bit,
Okay.
and then ending my turn there.
All right, Dariana, you're up.
I am going to. I don't see anything still, right?
You don't. And in actuality, this guy is going to just keep attacking and keep vomiting and all of that. He is actually going to stumble forward in his vomit. He is going to fail once again and try to scream out for Camazotz as he's doing it. What would all of you like to do to this guy?
We can't see him.
Sure. Let's say that Cutter calls out from the darkness. You all kind of move around the side. You see this guy who's literally like one arm up trying to fend you off.
Right.
But cannot stop puking. He literally at this point is becoming gaunt, and it's almost like there shouldn't be anything left for him to vomit, but there's just this pool filling up this space over here as he's literally puking out pints of his own blood. What would you like to do as you see this guy kind of clutching out towards Cutter, not to reach for him, but almost to kind of reach for support as the blood continues to pour out of this guy? What do you, Dariana, what do you do as you turn the corner and see this creature doing this?
I think I'm gonna like move up and like touch the blood a little, and then
Touch it a little.
yeah, just a little. I'm going to admire the spell and take note that Sylvester did it, and kind of like think fondly of him in my mind, and then firebolt.
Okay, so you this as you walk forward, you play with the blood, you do all that kind of stuff. You're kind of reminiscing on all of that. Victor, what are you doing as you see Dariana kind of move forward? You're all basically surrounding this guy. He again kind of like stumbles forward, and at this point, you're basically like this, just watching this guy just puke and like reach out to almost call out, and you hear him Camazotz once again as he's just like on the ground, just basically spinning around, puking, like basically puking himself to death. Dariana's kind of playing in the blood. You see the fire kind of tingling on her fingertips as she watches. What are you doing?
Yeah, Victor doesn't want to get as sloppy, so he's just gonna move the Ruthenian spiritual hammer and finish him off.
So the Warhammer kind of starts to raise up.
Yeah.
Sylvester, what are you as your party's kind of surrounding him, getting ready to finish it off? What are you doing?
I was gonna clean my fingernails, but then I realized I look like a ghoul, so I'm like, well, that's pointless. So
So you're just like, still going. All right, whatever. And then Cutter, as Dariana comes forward, is kind of playing in the blood, no shock there. The Ruthenian hammer is kind of slowly floating over, getting ready for a death blow. What are you doing?
I want to turn off the goddamn faucet. I want to, I guess, I don't know, shove him against the wall. Turn him around, first of all. Get him out of my face or wherever he's facing. Aim him toward the wall and just run him through.
Gotcha. So as Dariana's got the blood on her and the fire on her fingertips, the Ruthenian Warhammer's kind of floating over him. You just kind of like nudge him away with your bloody, vomit-covered boot almost, push him up against the wall, and right as the hammer comes down on his head, and right as the firebolt smashes into his back, your sword goes into his side, up into his heart, out the side of his neck. And this guy just crumples as the fire dissipates off of his back. His skull is just split open and the hammer kind of dissipates above you. And you pull your sword out of him and he just drops to the ground.
Okay. Finally.
And as you look at your handiwork on the ground in front of you, this darkness over here dissipates. And you just now hear nothing but silence in here in this kind of pool of bloody vomit underneath you. You hear again like that kind of chittering of bats, and when you look up, you see some of them have kind of made their way up over you. And as you kind of move back around, heading towards this woman once again, that's where we'll take a break for just a little while.
Yeah.
So we will be back in just a couple of minutes to finish out and see what is going to happen with the Bat Lady as we continue forward into the Ghoul Imperium. So we'll see you shortly. Hello and welcome back to the Adventure Archive. So far this session, the party has made their way past the ghoul outpost that they ended the last session on, and they encountered this strange bat kobold woman who appeared to be tending bats. The bats, apparently, with their echolocation, saw something strange about the party, but as they were noticing that, some humanoid creature came raging out of the darkness, screaming for Kamazots, and that whoever this bat kobold woman was unworthy to be dealing with the bats. And as soon as he saw the party and this woman, he cast some spell that summoned ghasts out of the darkness. And then as soon as the party approached and engaged, cast darkness over them to make the combat more difficult. After slaughtering all of the ghasts that he had summoned, and then finally finishing him off as he was puking a bloody pond out, the party finds themselves in this cavern with this bat kobold woman once again. And that is where we will start back up. So as this guy expires in front of you into a puddle of his own bloody vomit, what are you doing?
I'd like to check.
I actually go for it, Eric. Sorry.
No, that's all right. See what he's all about. Search him a little bit.
Sure. Ooh, that's a creepy one.
No,
Also
I
got
dig that
Kenny,
track.
keep an eye on that woman. Make sure she doesn't split on us either,
Gotcha.
because she's out of our visual range.
Could you use Beatums to spell magic? If only Beatum was not undead and stuck in a bag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you go through his possessions, you don't really find anything. You find what appears to be this strange mask and cloak from what appears to be some type of blade skin. And he has this kind of mustache. I'll bring up his picture again so you guys can kind of see what you originally saw. Let's get Annie out of there a little bit.
Oh, let me zoom it out. I'll zoom it out a little
like
bit. So it's not.
Well, I can also
pattern.
actually just bring it to front. There you go.
I
Oh, so that cape is flesh.
So you find it's a guano stained bat fur robe and flayed skin cloak with this long mustache that's braided with beads of carved bones.
Now,
so he's batshit stained too.
Yeah, all that stuff on the cloak there, by his mustache and on his he's got bat shit all over. And what was that, Sylvester?
Is the mustache part of the mask, or is that his mustache that peeks through the mask?
No, he's rocking the stash and the mustache.
Okay.
He's
You
got
gave me a
third
great idea for
mustache.
Cutter though.
There you go.
Finding a dude with a long mustache,
stash,
making
yeah.
happen.
Oh, and just having the facial hair too. Yeah, I guess most of the faces you've worn, I mean, the hair comes with this flesh, you would think. So you can rock to some sweet stash.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off that mask and check it out.
Okay, when you take it off, you find that it is made of flayed flesh of some creature.
Wow. I'm gonna toss it to Cutter.
So I catch it and look
is-
at it and just. Or sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
No, go for it. You look at it and
Oh, I kind of examine it, and I guess if it looks anything like the image, I'm just like,
Shoddy work.
yeah, no, it looks like the image. It doesn't look like a face taken off. It looks like a mask made from flesh, not a mask to look like a face.
So it's not a
just-
face
it's
that's cut up
actual-
in pieces. It's like pieces of flesh that are sewn together.
It's
and make
pieces
like
of flesh sewn together
Okay,
into a
okay,
mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a got it. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna take off that cloak and kind of clean it off a little bit and put it on.
You need to wear the
Yeah,
fur,
it's-
dude.
The fur and everything is part of it. Like it's all it's bat fur with like this flayed flesh over it. But this guy is like 4 feet tall. So even trying to wear it, it's not a full length cloak. Well, I guess the flayed flesh is over the bat skin outfit underneath it. It's tight if you try to cinch it. And it's more like a half cloak than it's like waist length if you want to wear it. But you can totally wear it. It's covered in bat shit and made from blade skin.
I'm trying to embrace.
It's like you kind of put it on and it's that whole like big guy in a little coat thing that kind of happens.
Yeah,
I
how tall is this guy? You said he was like vomiting on my crotch, right?
He was like
So he's
4
little?
feet. He's like 4 feet tall. Yeah, he's a little.
Okay.
half a metric
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a half metric dude, solid half metric dude. Yeah.
So like, I mean, does he look like a dwarf or something, or is he just a very small human, or can we tell?
You get a kind of a dwarfish vibe off of him.
Okay.
But you, Cutter, would know what this guy was. You would have known right away. There are a lot of creatures in this area that are like this. This was most definitely a Darrow. And you are aware that some Darrow down here, Camazotz, who he kept screaming for, is the Demon Lord of Bats, which you know that there are factions within the Ghoul Imperium who worship bats in the underworld. So that is who he is screaming to, and you realize that's probably why he was screaming at this woman who is tending bats, saying she's not worthy to tend for Camazott's minions.
So I'm gonna relay
So
that to
he-
the rest of the party, I guess, just so they have that info.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm thinking we should hide the body.
Cutter, do you think this was the Darrow we were looking for?
Oh,
I have no idea.
I guess we have not seen insects.
No, just bats and bat shit.
That shit's crazy. Does the woman's clothing look similar to his clothing?
Not at all.
Just the bat shit's the only thing in common. Okay.
Yeah, they're both just covered in bat shit.
I would like to search for my lost dagger if I can.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check.
you.
Don't you have
All
like
right.
super high everything?
No, my investigation sucks. My perception is what's great. And Ryan always likes to sneak in an investigation check.
We
so,
would
all right,
offer to help,
all right,
but that would be no
all right,
fun.
all right.
Oh,
Okay.
Jason,
I'll take that. That's not bad.
that's a pretty good roll, buddy. +0.
Yeah, +0. When I have like double proficiency in perception.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that's enough. As you are searching through the area behind you 20 feet away, kind of tucked under some stuff, you are able to find your exsanguinating dagger.
Yay. Okay. I'm gonna stash it away.
The lady's still
All
there,
right.
though. Sylvester, do you think we should ask her about this creature? Why all the anger?
yeah, we should probably ask her a lot of things.
Yes, are suddenly like, why all the anger? We just want peace here, spasiba. Like our fucking death cleric.
Because we're Darrow.
Telling you, cozy one shots coming.
Oh, yeah.
guys. Stay tuned.
Because Darrakul is it's definitely some of the nicer creatures you're gonna run into. Yeah. So what are you doing?
The stuff in the middle, is that a big hole?
It's like no, it's a stone column up. Like it's a stalactite stalagmite that is formed together to form like a column.
Okay, I'm kind of looking for a place I can hide this body, just in case he has any friends or anybody that comes by.
I mean, you got an area that comes into the tunnel here. You got a tunnel going out there, and then you got a lot of rocky stuff. I mean, there's some debris over here, but on top of the body, you have an area that basically encompasses like all of this. That's just like covered in blood. So you could hide the body, but you have like a small like pool of blood coating a pretty significant area at this point.
Right. All right. Whatever.
We're not really worried about this dude, are we? Like, he's not Derek-Cool. He's not like a.
No, but
He's not part of the hierarchy.
no, but he obviously hangs around in this area, and
Yeah, if Beatum was up, he could press to digitate some stuff away.
Right.
But you could, I mean, his body is small enough. There's enough rubble and debris
I'll
kind of in this
shovel him
area.
with rubble and kind of bury him.
Yeah, cover him. Yeah, for the most part, he's covered, and he's also like at this point, like basically emaciated into almost a skeleton.
Oh,
He literally was vomiting out like all of the blood in his body, all the fluid in his body. He is like a fucking Darrow raisin right now.
mhm.
So,
So out of curiosity,
he's
as
not...
I see them, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, out of curiosity, as I see them do this, like, does this seem overly cautious based on my knowledge of being under here? Like, do fights break out like this, or is it kind of we better hide our tracks and?
It really is super dependent on what you want to do. The thing about the underworld is that it's a pretty it's a contained environment, right? Like there's only so many places you can go and so many paths to different places. Unless you want to like drill a new tunnel, it's not like just hacking down some brush and putting a new trail through the forest. It's incredibly contained. So odds are, and it's not massive by any stretch of the imagination. So things will find things if you don't. And the other thing too is it is the underworld, and just like on the surface, there are predators, there's prey, there's death, there's things above and beyond Derek-Cool and things like that. Where you currently are is between a ghoul outpost and Lilifor, and you can only imagine, you can only assume that it is a relatively well-traveled pathway. So it's up to you to decide if you feel like that's important to hide it. But I would say that you would consider this kind of like that last couple of miles or more heading into like a city or a town, like the road that leads onto that,
Okay. I was just curious, like if combat just breaks out periodically and you'll find dead bodies and it's just kind of commonplace, or not commonplace, but not like, oh, there's a murder. It's not like finding a dead body in a regular city.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more towards what you're saying. Combat absolutely breaks out. Like if living creatures are found, I mean, flesh is what is hunted for, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a kind of a happy medium. You're definitely gonna find bits and pieces of corpses and undead stuff all over the place. Again, it's up to you what you want to leave behind and what you want to be found. Yeah.
Got it. I was just curious, so I'm not gonna really do anything.
Qatar, when we dispatch creatures in the future, we probably want to take their meat. I know this guy is Darrow beef jerky now, not edible, but I will be on the lookout for that. Seems important. What are you?
Well, try it sometime. You might have a taste for it now with that spell on you.
I think, should we talk to batshit covered lady?
I believe that's what we were doing before we were interrupted. So yes.
So I guess, we'll move after I kind of chat with Victor.
Victor's not the most.
Well, if she's still there, we're going to go check it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still kind of tucked in. She just kind of basically cowered. The bats are kind of starting to actually make their way back towards that area, and she says, "Oh, don't remember her voice. Thank you for protecting me. I don't remember what I sound like. Yes, friends. Ooh, strange.
Did you
That
know him?
guy.
He said you were not worthy.
Is she speaking Undercommon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so only two of you don't even know what she's saying.
Yeah.
Woo, getting back into the swing here, guys.
So if you want to make things a little easier, Ryan, so Victor did, after thinking about the last time that we've kind of been through this, he overnight got a spell called Tongues, and so he can touch a creature and with one action for an hour give them a language that they want to hear. So they just need to know it. So it seems like something that we could use, and I could cast it a couple times, like on Dariana and on Sylvester or whatever his name is, if we want to in the future.
Is that a Midgar thing, or is that a?
No, it's a D&D thing. So it says tongues. The
spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, the target speaks. When the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear, understands what it says. So it's third level spells. If you want to slap a couple of those on, you can.
Yeah, so I think for the purposes today, we'll test it out. So I'm going to go ahead and if Kato or Dariana, and he says this just a common because he knows that the lady, her bats have already sussed them out anyways. Even though we look like Derakul, I understand you cannot understand this. And then he just kind of puts his hand on both of their shoulders, and they kind of feel this the ability to understand what Cutter is saying.
Yeah.
Kind of mid-sentence.
So as this woman is kind of talking, as you're continuing to listen, suddenly you're able to hear and understand what she is saying. It's just a start with just, thank you. I very much appreciate that. I don't know him, but I know of his kind. They worship Kamazats, the god of the demon god of bats. They're not my type.
Why was he so angry at you?
He's
Was
a
he not
Darrow.
like
They're
Kobold?
insane. No, he's like they're literally all of them.
Is this your
Thanks.
first encounter with one?
No. Darrow.
They always
fiddle the
come
underdog.
shout at you. All right.
They find me. Yes, they I tend to the bats, but I do not worship them. They're friends and companions. You seem quite capable. Who are all of you?
Who are we? You want our names or our business? Or...
Well, I guess more your business. You're clearly not Derakul. You are.
We are looking for papers, so we may not be hindered in our journey.
Ah, yes. Well, you are going the wrong direction for that.
Wrong direction. Where should we be going?
I would think the closest place for Derakul to get papers would probably be the Pit of All Flesh.
And where is that?
Or I guess would I know that? I don't even know. Would I?
People have said that.
You,
People have said that to us before.
Yeah, and you have a general idea what the Pit of All Flesh is. I think you guys even knew when Jiro told you where it was near the Pillars of the Underdark. It's actually in the opposite direction of the Pillars of the Underworld. You went southwest towards Lilifor to gather more information, to stock up and do all those kind of things. That was your plan originally. So this is not like you guys suddenly, this is new information for you. You know that Pit of All Flesh is back the way that you guys have already come. But again, you came this direction to find more information, to find allies, to find supplies, to kind of get your bearings, and then see if there was another direction you needed to go. But you do know that the Pit of All Flesh is a large outpost, and more, on the other side of the Pillars of the Underworld. So you're going to have to go back the direction you came, basically, in order to find it.
Okay.
But
We won't
My
need
name
papers
is-
in Lilliput, though, right? Because it's a kobold city.
no, you don't necessarily need papers, not at all. And you mentioned Jiro. Jiro is a upstanding member of Lillivore, and my name is known as well. I am Varja Fledermauser.
Gesundheit.
And these
Guten
are
Tag.
my friends. Yeah. And again, as she does that, we'll bring up her picture again. She's just covered with bats. They're just kind of like hanging on her, running around on her, draping on her. I'll move it over. Bring it to the front.
There you go.
There you go. And you see they're just kind of like, moving all on her, trusting her. She clearly cares for them. They clearly shit on her. And she says, "So what is your business here in the underworld besides papers?"
Information.
Yeah.
That's why we go to Lilliford.
What information do you seek? Yeah, I'll leave your business to you, actually. I will guide you to Lillifore if that is what you desire, and for saving me, if you ever need a place to stay in Lillifore, you can always ask for Varja.
All right.
Very good.
Sounds like your kind of
And
place,
you?
Sylvester.
Why is it my kind of place?
You have a bit high standards, yes?
Not always. When it's available, yes.
Have you ever heard of a shriek bat?
Is that like a sack bat?
I think
I don't know what a sack bat is, but a shriek bat is a massive bat. They can fill entire chambers. They're huge. If you ever find a small one, a pup, a young one, or even a nest, a location where I might find one, you come back to Lillifore and let me know, will you? You seem capable.
If it's a pup, how would we know that is there any distinguishing markings on it or anything like that to differentiate it from a normal bat?
Well, a small shriek bat is still much larger than a regular bat. And trust me, if you find a pup, you'll find its mom.
Mm.
Can't
what
miss
do we
it.
need to know about this bat of shrieking? Do we need to
Well,
know
it
what-
shrieks, and it is a bat. I don't know what else you need. If you find a baby, let me know.
So you want
Okay.
us to kidnap the baby of giant screaming bat?
No. If you happen to find where one is, just let me know.
Ah, okay. Location.
So to Lillifore.
Do you have a fingernail or something? Yeah, I just leave that out there. Yep. Well, we're quite busy. If we come across a bat, I'm not going to have time to come back and find you. But if you give me something of yours, a hair, a nail, I can communicate back to you without us having to travel where we saw the bat.
And she takes one of her hands that's just covered in bat shit, and she just bites off her nail and just hands it to you.
I don't touch it. I open like a little bag.
Smart thinking from you. So to Lillipore. Let us go.
All right. We're gonna go
Okay,
to Lil.
I'll follow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she's heading you guys off towards Lillipore. Let's grab you all. Move you into a little tighter bunch. Are you going to keep Annie out?
I'm going to ask our new friend, Varja or whatever. Would
Varsha.
Yeah, she's a friend. She's harmless. Would she? Should I dismiss her, or would she be okay traveling with us?
Well, I would not say she is a common sight, and the devils don't like her. Well, I'm sorry, the bats don't like her.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. She likes the bats. I'll go ahead and dismiss her.
All right. So you guys head forward on your journey. And as you do, roughly another hour or two passes. And the tunnels take on kind of a different, we'll just say, vibe. In the previous areas that you all were, you're up at the top. In the previous areas that you all were, the tunnels felt dark, gloomy almost. But as you get deeper into some of these kobold areas, the rock itself even changes a little bit, but you find a little bit more light here, and you find a lot more evidence of mining. Mostly you see a lot more, as opposed to just old tunneled stone. You see areas that seem to be fresher and more freshly chipped out. You see a number of where before it was mostly tunnels as almost like thoroughfares. In this area, you see a lot of areas that have been kind of carved in and then abandoned, carved in and then abandoned, as if mining, looking for something. And as you're kind of moving forward, you come across what appears to be some type of outpost. There is a gate here covering up an area.
Cutter, do you think we should be all Derakul, or have you been to Lillipore before?
No.
Sylvester, what is the vibe you get here?
Well, we do know that, and part of me is asking this. We know it's a Kobold city, but Derakul are here sometimes, right?
You could ask Varja if you want.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
Varsha knows. She knows who we are.
Kind of.
Bats know.
Well, she knows who we are. She doesn't know who we are.
As you see this outpost, because you see it from a little bit of a distance away before you get right up to it, and when you do, you see it's kind of similar to the Ghoul outpost in the way that it's kind of structured. It's basically just a gate across a narrow area. You see a number of kobolds, kind of at the gate or kind of looking over it, mostly looking bored as opposed to necessarily alert. You know that it's been kind of a straight shot to the Ghoul outpost, so there's a little bit of a buffer zone between the Ghoul outpost and the kobold outpost, which is what this appears to be. As you get a little bit closer, Varja kind of lets you know this is kind of the last bastion or whatever prior to heading into Lillipore, and it shouldn't be too difficult with her help to get in, depending on who's on today. But Derakul aren't necessarily how did I describe Derakul in the Underdark before? They're kind of like rich white dudes. They, whether they're supposed to be in the area or not, if they just decide they want to be in that area, they might not necessarily be stopped as long as they don't cause too much problem, but it's kind of like pulling over a local politician in your hometown. The cops are going to be like doing everything they can not to cause a problem if they don't have to. And that's how Darrakul are kind of treated down here. It's like this wary kind of respect slash fear of repercussions, but still needing to corral, if that makes sense. They'd prefer you not be there, but if you really put your foot down, they can't necessarily stop you. And it's not like they would necessarily stop ghoul patrols from going into Lilithor, something specifically from the Imperium itself, as opposed to just maybe like a random citizen of the Imperium would be a little bit different. So you're not necessarily if you don't cause problems, you're probably not going to be stopped, but you're probably not going to be welcomed with open arms, if that makes sense.
How would humans be treated?
Like food. In Lilithor or in the underworld?
Yeah, Lilithor.
They don't eat them. It depends on the
So I'm gonna.
if a human were to ever find itself in the underworld, I would say one of the best ways they could probably get out is to try to get to Lilithor and hire somebody to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that the kobolds wouldn't stop a ghoul patrol from coming to look for you, but if you paid enough coin, you might be able to convince someone to help you leave. So,
all right, and Darrakul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we ask her though, as a favor, to not tell other people what your bats can see?
Oh, you
I'll say that.
saved my life. I owe you more than just housing. Your business is your business.
Lead the way then, please. We very much appreciate your hospitality.
All right. So she is going to make her way forward towards the gates. And you just she switches languages into this quasi undercommon kind of, you almost get this like reptilian vibe to it, a lot of hard S's and stuff like that. And she begins speaking. More than an hour has passed, so the spell's gone, and none of you guys really understand this. But she starts speaking and gesturing and looking, pointing towards you, pointing towards things. And this guy in the front here, it's kind of given like the whole like, I don't know, kind of situation. He actually walks away. And she comes back towards you guys as she does, and she says, "Oh, I don't. You might need to convince them more than just me. I don't know how things are going right now." And as she says that, this guy moves his way up to the gate. And you see a number of other figures kind of moving towards the gate as well, kind of all moving in. And I will cycle through what those look like. This figure here is, where are you? Okay, you're about right here. Is what a lot of the kobolds look like the ones she was talking to, the ones that are kind of standing watch at the outpost. You see, looks like this guy, but a number of other large kobolds have made their way forward, kind of in an imposing way, standing behind this other figure that has made his way forward as well. You see this guy. Right here. And for those that don't know what this guy is called, Cutter, you are aware of this guy. He is called a Swollbold.
What? No. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Swollbold.
A Swollbold.
Alright.
And finally, the creature that you actually see make his way to the front, actually seems to be leading this guy, is this figure right here.
Oh shit. Is he striking that pose right now?
Absolutely. He comes forward and just like does the whole thing. The whole thing. And he starts speaking. So this guy is kind of, flanking this guy over here. And he starts speaking in Undercommon, so a number of you can understand this. And he says, Vaja, what have you brought towards our gates? Who are these? And Varja says, well, it's they aided me against Darrow, who attacked earlier. You there, you. And he points towards Cutter. What is your business in Lilliful?
Just information. We heard we could find it here from a man named Jiro. Or a kobold.
How do you know Jiro?
So
you didn't. So Jiro
Sorry.
told you that you could get information here. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he said we could head here. Yeah, I just told him that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, do you know Jiro?
Old fishing buddies, you could say. We ran into him.
Where?
I mean, I guess I'll describe where we, roughly where we found him.
At the pillars, I see. All right. Well, listen, if you cause trouble, we'll have our eyes on you. Do you understand?
Yes, very clearly.
All right. What are your names?
Cutter. The
I
rest
gave-
of you, speak your names,
I
if you
gave
wish.
a name last time. Killerin.
Killerin.
Killerin. Okay. And he's like, at this point, like, elbowing this guy, and the guy starts writing it down, pulls out, some paper, a scrap, and is writing the names down. The rest.
I'm Dejana.
The big one.
My name is Crusher, with a crush.
Ah.
And then he kind of
Yeah.
makes his shoulders kind of swells his shoulders back and kind of gives a nod at the two swobolds.
A crush on who?
You will see later, little man.
Oh.
All right.
I'm assuming that by far Victor's the tallest dude anywhere around here.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, kobolds are
Even
pretty
as
small, so even
he's the tallest Derek
even-
that they've ever seen.
Even the
Yeah,
swole
even
balls.
even swobolds are kind of just like short dudes, and they're bigger, but they're still small. So you're definitely bigger, but they kind of all puff up when you puff up and
Yeah.
do a whole thing, and you notice all the weapons that they're carrying as well. But as you give the names, they seem extremely hesitant to let you in, but at this point realize, mentioning Jiro, seeing Varja, and you all being Daracool, there's not much they're going to do to stop it. And they kind of back out of the way. The gate opens, and you're all let into the area, and are directed to immediately kind of make your way out and around.
Okay.
So we looked Vaja where we should go. We don't know our way around here.
She just kind of, basically, shuffles you all around. Pays a moving. And just brings you all the way around, and all of these guys are watching you the whole way around. And as you guys are making your way out of the tunnel, most of them stay behind, but this guy actually seems to just start shadowing you as you're making your way towards the city of Lillipore. And if you point that out to Varge, he says, don't. It's consider it an honor guard, just an escort even. And he continues to follow you at 25, 30 feet away, making the way towards Lillipore. And as you walk for about another 30, 35 minutes, you're getting towards the last couple hours of your spell.
That's what I was just going to ask. How long we have, yeah.
Yeah. But as you kind of continue to make your way forward, you eventually get to this large just opening in the tunneling. And as you come out, below you is sprawling this, I wouldn't say large, but large for the underworld city, teeming with kobolds. And as Varja kind of, gestures forward and starts walking down, and you finally get to the city of Lillipore, that's where we're actually going to end for tonight. And we will pick up next time in the city of Lillipore. So, thank you all so much for being here. It was nice to actually get back into D&D. Couple of weeks off. We'll pick up again next week and hopefully be much more consistent about doing that. So expect Dark Kingdoms next week. Potentially Theros next week. Andy, there's just a lot of stuff going on. The world is in chaos. Things are happening. So we will get to Theros when we get to Theros. And Andy will be back here playing Beat 'em. Hopefully next week. We'll see what happens. So if not, he will continue to be stuffed in a bag, and we will take it as he comes. Also, Jason,
yes.
What do we got coming up?
So next Thursday, you voted. I gave you guys in the Discord 2 choices. You chose the Green Knight role-playing game, inspired by, based on somewhat, the film that just came out, directed by David Lowery. So it's going to be fun. It's probably going to be a 1-shot, possibly 2-shot. We'll see how long it takes, but there's a set number of encounters. So if you have seen the film, you will appreciate what's in store for you. If you haven't seen it, maybe it'll get you to see the film. So playing is going to be Ryan, Jess, Ducky, and Matt. Matt is going to be there. So I haven't run a game for Matt yet, so it's going to be fun.
Really?
Yeah, so tune in. I haven't. Yeah, he's never been a player, I don't think. Oh, wait. You briefly a player in Merkborg
intro.
Yeah, way back. Sorry.
The Black Sledge one, right? In the starter adventure or whatever.
Yeah. So the rule set's pretty interesting. There's no traditional combat. There's no gridded anything. It's literally all about, if you've seen the film, honor plays a very huge part in the movie and the themes of it, and so it's really based on that. So it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. However, it's a very simple system. So yeah, you should come by, check it out. I feel like it's not going to be. I feel like we get it done in 1 session, 2 at most. So yeah, look out for that.
Awesome. So that's coming up next week. I almost missed it because the next Thursday is my anniversary. But we are going to celebrate on a different day. So I might have a little bit of champagne before, so we'll see how the session goes.
Yeah.
But Thursday is not an ideal day to do a lot of celebrations. So I will be there. And then Jess, do we have a rough timetable of our next one shot? Is there a maybe this month, maybe next month? Do I need to put a deadline? Would that help you? Would that hurt you?
I think there needs to be a deadline.
Yeah, there probably should be a deadline.
Yeah.
What month are we in right now?
We're in August.
August, baby.
We are going to run Jess's
September?
one shot before the end of
First?
September.
All right.
Before the
that's
end of
fair.
September.
Okay.
I'll give you that's like 6 weeks. Do I need to say
Don't
end of August?
procrastinate.
And yeah.
Too fast.
I almost said like the beginning, the first week of September, but you gave her
But
2 months.
no
so
one
that's-
asked you.
I know.
All right. Well, no. Let's do by the end of the first week of September. Let's say that Jess's one shot will be on September 4th. We will be running Jess's one shot. That's 4 weeks from now.
So we're gonna do that on a Saturday?
That's did we want to do it or maybe a Monday? Which
yeah,
would
I
work
think
best
whatever. I mean, I don't
Fourth
mind
is
if she
Labor
wants
Day
to take a
weekend.
Thursday or whatever. Oh, it is? Okay.
So we could do Monday the 6th as the day off.
I might have something that day. So how about we either do it August 30th? Let's do it that week, the week of August 30th. You can pick the date as it gets closer. It'll either be the 30th, the 2nd, or the 4th. So it will be the last week of August / first week of September. Jess will be running a one shot. So we'll talk about the
Yay.
themes if she wants to as it gets a little bit closer. We'll keep that a little close to the vest. And then shortly after that, Matt, whenever he's ready for that, will be next up in the queue. Eventually, Andy will be running the one shot as well. And once those are done, we will talk to Eric and decide what we're going to run because all of us need to DM at some point. So thank you all so much for being here. We are going to, let me actually bring up things that need to be brought up for us to go out. So we are going to raid into Nat 20 Productions. They are playing Pathfinder. They've raided us before. We've raided them. They are a good crew. They're playing some Pathfinder. So we are going to go to some brief credits. And while the raid gathers, so stick around, raid with us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next week. A couple of times, 2 to 3 times. So stick around and yeah. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for being here.
Good night.